no, no.
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was gonna start. But, well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. You haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how's how you plan to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. A friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough! Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides the fact you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then, as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demand for that. Oh, I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Man bait? What the fuck? That's a new one. Class trial. Resume.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation.
You do that?
That's basically it.
Alright.
So if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities? Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
There's a whole other series of clues we haven't talked about yet.
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Could he have just bled out?
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
We did. I think we're gonna get into that. Also, thank you for the work, Smitty. Hope you have a wonderful time. Overlooked, huh?
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
exactly. We should cooperate at a time like this.
A fatal wound that wasn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists. But if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. The poison, the strange tab we found.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand. It's not the other wounds, right? With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death. Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something
I
that can't
missed
be
it.
seen, maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold. Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking
The
about
what?
it, that's already a horrible death.
The real cause of Nagito's death is something I overlooked.
Let us consider a different fatal...
It's not the knife in his right hand. It's not the other wounds. With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death. Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
Poison.
I agree with that.
Consent. Break.
totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Poison. Monokuma's poison. Poison chosen specifically by Monokuma. Monokuma's special poison.
Additionally, it's a poison made specifically for killing.
That too.
I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
Blood blotches.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What are blood blotches?
What does that mean?
But even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood,
Would you know?
there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
There was those fire stopper bottles that didn't seem to stop the fire. They did make a gas though. I'm kind of the mind that Nagito, with the gas mask, replaced the fire-stopping bottles with bottles full of poison, and had all of us throw poison at him.
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
Akane, stop it!
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
Aerosol poison.
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible.
Can I jump in with a counter?
Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Yeah.
Hell no. No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the poison entered Nagito's body, the answer is written on the warning label. I just didn't care if and try to remember it. We doing a logic dive? Or, yeah, it's a logic dive. Man, I don't have much spare life right now. Dive start. I'm on very low life. Question 1. When affected Nagito, it would have been in a gaseous state. Focus, keep focus. You're literally on one hit. Ah! What? Oh, maybe I'm not as on one hit as I thought I was. Oh, well. There we go. You failed. It's no use. I can't go on any longer. I don't have any other options. Everyone doubts me. It appears the trial has come to an end. And it's time to vote. Well, I can totally imagine who the Blackened will be. I mean, I know it's gonna happen. By majority vote, the one who's been chosen as the Blackened is Hajime Hinata. But Hajime is not the Blackened. Too bad. The true Blackened has graduated splendidly. Congratulations. And now, the others will all be punished. And that means you too, Hajime.
This is our end?
Like to retry? Yes, please.
We will never give up.
Give me that full health. I need a second go. Need to phone a friend. Alright. Let's give it a run back. Logic dive. Zoom in. Question 1. Gas, gas, gas. Gonna step on the gas tonight, tonight, tonight. This is still the easier one than trying to dodge around. Question 2. Nagito's body through his nose? He breathed it in through his nose? It could have been an aerosol. Oh, just like that. Very quick logic dive.
It's all coming together.
Clear as mud. Complete.
What if instead of drinking...
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The reason you're breathing the poisonous gas will explain that mystery too. The smoke. Wait, no. That wouldn't have been it.
Crap!
The sprinklers?
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
I forgot about that part. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. But it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers!
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
Standing. Makes sense.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death. was poisoning.
That's what it seems like. I'm thinking we're the ones that poisoned him.
The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
What?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
No, we're not done yet.
Well, but
What? There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be.
There might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
Yeah, we found the bottle in his room. If Nagito really brought poison to the warehouse, then that would have been left behind is the container.
I see!
are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
You can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Well, yeah, if it gets exposed to air, it becomes vapor.
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container, away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
We would have seen the plastic container, though. Like, melted plastic sticks around.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
No.
That's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible. I mean, an accomplice? It is just two.
Like, does that really matter all that much?
I mean, does it matter? Because, like, if there wasn't just an accomplice to Nagito killing himself, Nagito would still be the Blackened.
I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right. You're totally right. That's totally it.
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the
No.
mood for unexpected twists.
Well, you're getting one, Soda. Don't want to hurt anyone. Don't want to get hurt anymore by hurting someone else. Everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. So I want to just rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. But
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hoax."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh?
Hajime, ultimate medium.
The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
Monty standing
I get what
around.
you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing.
This is something we should know, though, Akane.
And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
There it is. What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was Hangman's Gambit. Yep, I know what this is. Fire grenade.
I got it!
Much smoother that time. Complete.
I see. I got it.
Huh?
The fire grenades. Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Or did he exchange all of the fire
Yeah,
grenades?
that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime, could it be?
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
We have proof.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
Sonia's words can include the concept of fire. I can't even read all of it, but I know what it is. The piece of blue paper.
I can prove it with this. Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash.
Sonia recognizes it.
The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
That's what he used for handling the product.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping it.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right?
No. Because one of us threw it.
So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Yeah, because this changes things. And all of you haven't realized it yet.
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
The moment the fire grenades were brought, the moment Nagito breathed in the poison, were the same? That same moment be when we all threw the grenades.
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
Any one of us.
One of us?
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. The Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
You said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
On first glance, that's what it looked like.
Then who killed Nagito?
Whoever did it isn't aware they killed Nagito.
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh? Poison fire grenade was Nagito Komaeda.
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
Again, it was Nagito.
I see.
He set it all up to happen.
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
The reason Nagito set the warehouse on fire was to make someone throw the poison.
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
To make one of us the killer.
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Ah, that bastard.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do.
Basically, like, Nagito put a knife in someone's hand and made them stab him. But because they're the one holding the knife, they're the Blackened. This is worse because we don't know who did it.
And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Yeah, the only person who knows which fire grenade was filled with poison was the one killed by the poison.
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, He manipulated someone else into killing him?
It's genius in a terrible way, but my
To do
God.
that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison then.
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was a cause of death. It might be the poison's fault they let go of the spear, but the actual...
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Oh,
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body. It was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened.
damn.
His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces. For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair.
Yeah, I have no idea what we're meant to do here now.
Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades.
I mean, you would have tried to save him.
I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
Indeed.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
It would be a guess. Which means it's all down to luck.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right. There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras. If Monokuma doesn't know, his trial doesn't count. Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever.
Oh?
I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times.
The cameras are for display and performance.
I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
What does that one mean?
How can you? So sure. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
Soda, lock the fuck in. We've been over this. Now's not the time.
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
I'm really not sure how we're supposed to do this.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
I need this explained to me, Shiaki.
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please.
I mean, hey, if Monokuma allows us. That's right. Doesn't mean the trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. I have to do it. If it leads to despair.
I got it. Let's do this then.
Closing argument. Begin. Alright. We're switching the poison. Beyond the Monokuma panel, it's the oil ladder. Whole body wasn't tied up. Support the spear, dangled it. Or to hurt himself. Warehouse one. He went to the warehouse, get the fire grenades, right? Hurt himself. Let's place inside the break room. Fire grenades? There we go. Switching the poison, remove the lid. Isn't tied up. Hurt himself. Wait, the reason we went to the warehouse. That was the video message, right? Perfect. Stock 3. Grab the cord with the left hand to support the spear. Use the burned rope to fake like he was all fully tied up. The poison was inside his refrigerator. Hurt himself. Plushie was ready. Wait, what? Not there. Knife up with the plushie. Last stock. Hurt himself. The spear fall. Let go of the cord. Hurt himself. With tape over his mouth so nobody could hear him.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Let's run it back.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon.
Mask up.
Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base. Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory,
Da-dum.
and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room.
And no one was any wiser.
The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream,
Oh, jeez.
he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs.
Jeez.
Finally,
Oh.
he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up, he also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear.
That's an impressive constitution.
His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin.
Act 3.
Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. Panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades.
As you would.
We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poisoned grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan.
Jeez.
His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity
Complete.
This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
You got an explanation here, Shiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Huh?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
The ultimate lucky student. He didn't need to believe. He had the luck on his side the whole time.
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
It's been too long since I played, I don't remember. What Nagito believed in. His talent.
I see. Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all the time we spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So, it's definitely going to be alright.
I guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
Yeah, put 5 bullets in a gun for Russian roulette. Didn't believe for a second he was gonna die. It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load 1 bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it towards you, and pull the trigger. So, you really did it? So that's how you're supposed to play it. So I wasn't 5, only used 1 bullet, huh? Yeah, I guess it was just as Monokuma said. Huh? I misunderstood. I had to take 1 bullet out of the cylinder. That's how I did it. You only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving? But I'm still alive, after all. The only good thing about me is how lucky I am. I really like doing that voice for Nagito. It's fun. It's not even that different from my own, just the way I can switch up the cadence makes it fun. I'm never gonna be able to do it again. He's dead. Rest in peace. The same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck. He able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. You just relied on your luck. It's not just luck. It's true, my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know. Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. Fine, Hajime said I wasn't lucky. It was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty. Just like I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
Well, if anything, his luck would have been the traitor would be the one to select the bullet, to select the poison, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Huh?
He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
No, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
Oh, the traitor, obviously.
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
What plan has he not left to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito is after?
No, I don't even have to ask. I already know what the answer is.
I see.
The traitor.
That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
I mean, that's his modus operandi. That makes sense.
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message.
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
Then it's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long. Is it really because we didn't believe in him?
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that.
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Mon ami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for our target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but...
The only thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
Yeah, like right now, all the traitor has to do is just play along and follow along. If they do, the traitor is currently Blackened. So they could escape right now, if they wanted to.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it because they weren't created to do that.
Excuse me?
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself!
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Oh
Why?
no.
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor?
No.
Hajime, please.
No. Why are you smiling at me right now?
It's... you? Chiaki, you were the traitor?
Damage!
Yeah. The one person. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. The one person I have a full fucking confidant with, and it's the fucking traitor. And it's Chiaki. No.
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right.
Did what?
Just as expected. Yep, you're correct.
She shot awake there?
I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
I was waiting for that. Chiaki, why is it always the best girl? Ayo, Chiaki died in chapter 5. Oh my god. Hello, Invincible. How are you doing? Oh my god. I mean, made it all the way to the end, but god damn. Yeah, I didn't really have any idea who the traitor was until Chiaki started having a speech like that of like, the traitor can't reveal themselves against their nature, they can only exist as a traitor. What the fuck? What is happening? Else was a bit about created to be a traitor. I've had an idea that I'm curious about, but I just want to see how this plays out now. Damn it! Why? This nonsense is... Why? Why does this make sense?
Hey, Chiaki, are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I was thinking if anybody was going to be the traitor, I thought it was going to be Sonya. Just because, like, all of her stories are so out there. But, like, no, that's just her life. Lifestyle's the rich and famous, man.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Why are you still smiling?
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
What? We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time.
Yeah, I need an explanation.
Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie.
Is the Future Foundation terrible, though?
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Damn it.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand.
I do need
We
that.
cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
I mean, apparently she couldn't.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Huh?
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What the fuck?
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but... as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's
Why, though?
The only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem.
It's that book, isn't it? The one we found in Monami's room.
Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, This would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
It is a pretty terrible cover story there, Monami.
I've always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
I mean, I know exactly what would connect these two. Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Monami and Shaki's relationship. Proving it here, is that the only way? Panic talk. Oh, man. Ah, what's the buttons for this?
Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face. I won't let you. Burst open and mix. I'll lower your grades. Disappear.
I need to remember what the tools are for this. It is tab. I've been hitting tab.
Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I'll lower your grades. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face. Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
On that means notebook.
This is the end.
Okay. Brick!
When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with a new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring
He
it
brought
here
her
today.
diary.
Oh, so sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Day 1. Illa talked to everyone for the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2. Byakuya's leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired.
What is this? Is this Monami's diary?
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No. The truth is I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. It's just, I wanted to turn my eyes on the truth it contained. But now I clearly know. I can't help but know.
First of all, this isn't Monami's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
It's not a journal, it's a report.
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
The topic we discussed in that entry. I don't remember. Was it the final dead room?
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
Day 16. Been to the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. Probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room, but the only one who knew that
was Chiaki. If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to that octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. I did it. Finally did it. Finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out. With this, I can finally get out. You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake.
No.
I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
That would apply to everybody, Sonia.
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you'd do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. Huh? Without hesitating, swiped the card reader. Bzz. Huh. Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the trader's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake! That must be a mistake!
I'm curious, how did you know?
Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
You don't want it to be, but somebody has to be.
Of course not.
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't want to believe it either. I don't want to believe, but
But then nobody will be saved.